Hey, what's up, boys and girls? Let's talk about some stuff. I'm Dave. It's Friday. This is what we normally do, so let's just get into it. Of course, this week, let's talk about that goddamn mask. Woo, boy, you gotta have that mask. You'll fucking die instantly. If you walk outside, you don't have the mask, you're probably just gonna get taken out by it. Um, I have issues with the mask. We all know that. I've made no secret of that. And last week, on that note, me and my wife are at the cafe. We're eating, and this couple drives up, and I'm looking at them out the window. And they get out of the car. They've already got their masks on when they get out of the car. And between the two of them, and like I said, I'm not shaming anybody, but Jesus, they must weigh 900 pounds between the two of them. And they lumber up to the door, and they come in, and they're huffing and puffing. And they sit down at the table, and they take their masks off, and then they set them spit side down right on the table. I'm like, Jesus, that's real sanitary. Great, yeah, that'll probably help you out. So there was that one. That was great. And then I went to Lowe's last week at one point, and of course, big sign on the door. They got Gestapo standing there. But oh, you gotta have the mask. Gotta get a mask, or we'll give you one. Well, I have a foam one that I carry in my pocket because it's a little easier for me to breathe in it. So anyway, I put the damn thing on. I'm walking down the big aisle through the store, and of course, I'm sucking in carbon dioxide and spit and bacteria while I'm walking down through there. And so I started coughing, because I can't breathe. And I look up, and probably, I don't know, 50, 60 feet down the aisle, there's this lady. I start coughing. I look up. She gets big eyed, just freaks out, grabs her cart, turns around, runs like I was shooting at her around the corner. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? So anyway, she ran away, and I'm like, whatever. So now I pull it down where my nose is out, so that at least I can get some air, which is great. So there's that. And I'm just, the mask thing, at least we can all take heart. We know that at November 4th, COVID's just going to disappear. It'll go away because it won't be useful anymore. So, it's just probably going to go away. Um, so anyway, the COVID is pretty dangerous, though. If you listen, there's a guy who's running for president. I don't want to mention his name because I don't want to give his ass any publicity. We all know who I'm talking about. He's kind of a hair sniffer and kind of a freaky dude, but he's also been holed up in his basement a little too long, sniffing the fumes down there because he's obviously losing it. But according to him, let's do some math here. According to him, about 120 million Americans have already died from the COVID. The fucking Rona's taken out 120 million of us already. That's pretty serious. And also, 150 million of us have been taken out by gun violence. So that's about 270 million people. That's quite a few. That kind of scares me because that only leaves about 60 million people left to vote for Trump. And I'd like Trump to get reelected because I'd like to have a president with some balls for another 4 years. And, somebody that's good at math, understands money, that kind of stuff, and doesn't take any shit from anybody and isn't, quite frankly, a big pussy. So I'm kind of happy about that. But what bothers me, though, is that 270 million dead people. As we all know, dead people always vote Democrat. So that worries me a little bit. That might skew things a little. So that might be why Democrats are saying that Biden's ahead in the polls. Well, that and the fact that they go to Berkeley and NYU and places like that, and they interview college kids who are obviously brainwashed. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And so they interview them. And the problem with that is that those people get their facts from social media, or they get their facts from their friend who gets their facts from their friend who got their facts from some bitch down at CNN. They got her facts from somewhere deep in her ass. And she pulled them out of her ass and she throws them at you, and they spread that shit around, and then everybody thinks it's the truth because, well, CNN said it. And that's what Nancy said. Pelosi said that it's wrap up smear. They throw a bunch of bullshit to the press, and the press spreads it around, and then the weak minded people believe it because, well, MSNBC and, CBS and all them said it, so it must be true. I would trust a Taiwanese hooker or possibly gas station sushi before I would trust anything that was said by CNN or especially MSNBC. Jesus, they're terrible. But you really can't trust any of the news networks anymore. So it's really difficult to figure out what the hell's going on. So, anyway, I don't want to get too deep into all that bullshit. But so last week I said that I was going to talk about the truth and reality and being real and all that. And then I kind of forgot to do it. So let's get into that a little bit. Let's talk about the truth. They talk a lot about, his truth and her truth and its truth and that's truth and all that shit. Bullshit. How about just telling the truth? The truth. You remember that? The truth, that thing that everybody told before they figured out that it was all about everybody's goddamn feelings. And, well, I feel this and I feel that. Well, you can feel whatever you want. That doesn't mean that it's true. So, I'm just not a big fan of her truth, his truth, and all that. Just tell the truth. I mean, when I was a kid, And you'd be watching the news. Your parents, there's three channels, and you had to watch the news with your parents. So they're watching the news, and Dan Rather and Walter Cronkite and those guys would come on and they'd tell you the news. This is what happened today. I mean, if a truck hit a bridge, they would tell you that a truck hit a bridge. They wouldn't talk about what color the bridge was or the driver or any of that kind of bullshit. They'd just tell you that a truck hit the bridge. Or if this guy shot that guy, they'd just say a man was shot downtown today by another guy and, he's in critical condition or whatever and police are investigating. They didn't go into what color everybody was because it doesn't goddamn matter to begin with. Just stop talking about it. So there's that. And then, okay, now the truth. Let's talk about the truth. People tell you, or being real, truth we cover. Everybody wants you to be real. No, they don't want you to be real because being real means you got to tell people the truth. And nobody wants to hear that shit. You want to piss somebody off, especially a liberal, tell them the truth. They don't like that because, like I said, they got their facts from somebody's ass. And so they get pissed off when you give them real facts that you actually took the time to look up, like the 270 million people dead. I mean, about 20 million, less than 20 million people, United States citizens, have died in like all the wars combined, from the Revolutionary War right up until Desert Storm and all that shit. Less than 20 million, but according to Joe, 270 million dead. So the reality is that stay away from questions that you're just going to get in trouble for answering. I try to stay away from that. Does my ass look fat in this dress? Nope. How old do I look? Nope. How much do you think I weigh? Oh, hell no. Stay away from that stuff. Just keep that to yourself, but just try your best to be real, but try not to piss anybody off. So anyway, I'm not going to get too deep into anything too serious this week. I don't want to get in trouble with the censors again. But so wear your mask and get out there and, boy, make everybody happy, make them feel good about their mask. I'm actually thinking about getting me a full-on hazmat suit just to be a dick and go in the store and walk around like fucking Darth Vader or something, just for a laugh, but just for fun. Why not, So anyway, I want to shout out to Ashley Cole. Thank you very much for my Father's Day present. I got a new guitar this week for Father's Day, and it's missing from the wall right there because it's out getting a pro setup right now. I'll have it back Monday, but I'm pretty happy about it. So thanks for that, girls. Other than that, everybody just be safe. Have a good week, and be safe this weekend. I'm Dave. I'm out.